How to design an interesting calendar for the year 2222. Yeah, that's right. I got this template for which I will provide link in the description from Microsoft. It's a free to use template. So you download it in Word and basically you type in the year you want a calendar for, and then you save it as a PDF file, then open it in Photoshop. Then open your other photo that I will also provide a link for in the video description. And you can, when you open this one, just click here and drag it out. Then select the rectangular marquee tool. Let's select September and just hit Ctrl plus J. Now that we have it on a separate layer, let's rename it to September and just click and drag the layer inside the other document with your photo. Let's close this window. And now just go to image, invert somewhere, adjustments, invert, to invert the colors, and why not make it completely white, or you can keep it like this so that the colors of the weekend are different color. Let's add a hue saturation layer. Make sure you click here so that it only affects the September layer. And I would like to pick something more towards yellow. I'll click on colorize. And I'll also increase the saturation a bit, even to 100%. Okay, I'll select this and the hue saturation layer and put them in a group. Let's rename it to month. And I'll give this group a yellow color. Let me move it here. And let's now select the horizontal type tool and increase the size a bit. Let's pick a white, pure white color. Hit OK and just type September. And Control plus Enter. I'll make it bigger. Hold Control to move it to this side. Control plus T for free transform. And just hold the Shift key and rotate it to minus 90 degrees. Then I'll just transform it like this. And next, I'll open my character window, which is here. I have it open already. And select all caps. Then I think I want to change my font. I'll be using the Adobe fonts. And let me remember which one I like more. I think Baby Snail. Yes, Baby Snail looks nice. By the way, you can download it for free from the Creative Cloud. And now let's select the background layer and let's duplicate it. Hit Ctrl plus J to duplicate it. And let's rename it to Pretty Girl, for example. And let's give it a violet color. Now go to Select, Subject, and wait until Photoshop selects the girl. And this can take a bit of time depending on how fast your computer is. Mine is not super fast, but I think it's almost done. Just a couple of seconds. And if my yes. There we go. And we're gonna be using just the right side of the girl, so we don't need no perfect selection for the hair. So let me select the September layer and just click here to add a layer mask to it. Now, as you can see, it's hidden everything outside of the selection, so just hit Ctrl plus I on the keyboard to invert the layer mask. And now, as you can see, the text area is behind the girl layer, which is exactly what I wanted. I'll free transform it to make it bigger, but take a notice how it doesn't look right. So in order to look right, first we need to click here on the chain icon between the layer and the layer mask, so that when you select your text layer and you hit Ctrl plus T, when you transform it, it's not attached to the mask anymore, and you can do crazy fun stuff like this. Alright, I like the way this looks. I'll make it even a bit bigger, and I'll also, I don't know, I'll make a bit more adjustments to the font. I think I like it. How about add 0 of the tracking, 0 for the tracking. Come on, Photoshop. Alright. So this is 0 for the tracking and bold. And maybe select the move tool and move it a bit like this. Maybe change it back to regular. Also, let's add a drop shadow. So like just trying to see what looks good. I should move it to the right, I think. So like let me connect the mask and the text layer again. And then add the drop shadow. And I think that something like this looks fine. So you can copy the settings if you like. And I have Photoshop remembers that I've been using some green from the background for the drop shadow color. You can click here for the drop shadow color and just pick any color you might like from the background. I think it's better than using pure black. Let's pick this green here. Maybe darken it a bit and hit OK. And I think I'll increase the opacity a bit more. Okay, let's get back to working with the month. So select your September layer. Let's increase its size a bit. And I think I'll put it around here. Or around something like this. Next, I'll select my rectangular marquee to zoom a bit. And I'll just select this rectangle here. And I'll just hold the Alt key on my keyboard and add a layer mask to hide it. Now, let me disable it for a second. So, remember Monday is the second one. So, I'll enable the layer mask. I'll select my title. I'll pick this time thin style for my font. I will increase the size to 120 for now. And I'll just click and type the letter M. Bring it to the top so we can see it. And I need to further increase the size. Let's increase it to, I don't know. I'll hit Ctrl plus T and increase it like this. So this is gonna be the letter for Monday. Maybe a little bit smaller. Then I'll just select it and type Tuesday. Let's left align it. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Control to move it to the left, and Sunday. But what's left? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, guys. Come on. I know the days of the week, of course. And we have it. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. Alright. Let's select the names of the weekdays and move them to the month group. Select the month group and move it a bit to the side. And I'm using the smart guys to kind of align it to this edge here of the text September. I'll control click to select it and transform it to furthermore, because I think it's better like this. But I forgot to, of course, unlink it and select just the layer. So unlink it from the mask, then transform it. This looks alright. I like it how it's certain parts of it are hidden. And next I'll select my month group. And I'll create a new layer inside of it, drag it below my September layer, and rename it to month background. Then I'll just select my rectangular marquee tool, just drag a rectangular selection like this, and fill it with what? With white color. I did fill white. Give it 50% of opacity. Why not fill it with a color instead of white? And use the eyedropper tool to pick some green from the background. Let's make it lighter green, hit OK. So opacity 50%, contents color, hit OK. This looks fun, looks nice and interesting. Hit Ctrl plus D to deselect. I'll further resize my September text. Make sure your text layer is active, not the mask, because I actually want it a bit higher, and I wanna hit Ctrl plus R to show my rulers and just click and drag from the ruler to here until it automatically snaps to the bottom edge of this text, September. Then I'll select my month layer, hit the V for the move tool, and wait a second. Give me a second, guys. What's happening here? I need to move my month background inside the group, because that's where I want it to be, inside the month group, not outside it. And now select the month group and just move it until it snaps to the guide like this. Because in graphic design it's always good to have some alignment going on. Let me select the September layer again and drag this time a guide and align it from the left to the left side of the text. Now Ctrl plus click or just expand the month group. Select the month background layer, Ctrl plus T for free transform, and just transform it until it snaps to the guide. I will also transform it all the way to the bottom, and I think that now I'll select my weekdays layer. Let me change the color a bit so it's more easily recognizable. And with my move tool, just move it until it snaps first to this guide here on the right, and then to the top guide here. And then I'll select my September layer. Let's give it like red color. And I'll also align it to, I don't know, I think I should, I'll just use the help of the smart guides. These little pink lines to align it like this to the center of the weekdays. And I don't know, I think this looks interesting. Maybe I don't want this harsh edge here at the top. So what you guys can do is select your month background layer, right click on it and choose blending options. And let's set a gradient overlay. Click on it, go to your legacy gradients, legacy default gradients, and pick like this black to white gradient. Let's set it to 90 degrees angle. Let's change the blending mode to, I don't know, let's see what works. Multiply, I think. Looks good. And it helps with the blending. How about overlay? Multiply. What if we change the opacity here? It's not really what I wanted. But yeah, this is not bad. So I like it. I will leave it at 100 opacity here for the whites. And I will leave it at the default and hit OK. Then I'll also add a layer mask to it. And add another gradient. So select the gradient tool again. Make sure you're using the same white to black. And start dragging from the bottom edge while holding the shift key. And drag to the top edge. Then release. And you have this interesting effect. I think it will also work even if I hide my gradient overlay, which makes it more not so harsh, or it just looks differently. So this is without a gradient overlay, and this is with the gradient overlay. I'll double click on the gradient overlay effect and now reduce its opacity. So this is 100, maybe around 50 looks fine. Or I don't know, something lower around 20 for more contrast. And what did I do with my month? I'll select the move tool and I'll align it with the text there to something like this using the smart guides. Maybe even bring it closer a bit. And I don't know, this let's select the layer mask, lower the density a little so that we have a bit of extra contrast. And this should be it, I think. One more thing is to set the size of our document. You can use whatever you like. For this tutorial, I'll be using the crop tool and I'll set it to A4. Vertical orientation, I'll expand it a bit until it matches with the edges. And I'll also leave this left side like this, transparent. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hold the control key and click here to create a layer below my month layer, background layer. And I'll hit I and pick some yellow from her shirt. And just hit Alt plus backspace to fill this layer, drag it below the pretty girl layer. And there we go. I think this rectangle here could be used to bring some more attention, to make things more colorful. And you can also add some extra elements here later, or just leave it like this. It just makes the overall design more colorful, in my opinion. And also very important, let's add the ear. So let's type 2020 2020 here, add the top, drag it at the top, and pick white color for it. Hit OK. Right now it's thin, but I think that looks alright. Let me see what looks good. I think I'll rotate it, the ear, to 90 degrees angle. And I'll just put it right here. To either something crazy like this, or something less crazy like this. So let me rotate it again. And does this work? This is experimental, guys. Don't worry. I'm trying to create something original here, but also make it look good. So I'll put it to the side here, and I'll also align it later. So let me align it to the left edge of my weak names, and let me drag it to the, I don't know, to the top, or I'll just leave it here, and I'll set it to light, and I'll also hold the Alt key and drag the drop shadow effect from the September layer to it. Now I think this looks interesting and original. And let me check the size of my weekdays. It's around 100 points. Let's copy this and paste it for the size for the ear. So we repeat it, the same size. Should make things look better. This is just one of the principles in the graphic design composition. Repetition, okay. Feel free to write in the comments what you think and hit the like button, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.